done it before. Yeah.
So you're all for that.
It's quite delicious.
Not in Jordan.
Not in Jordan.
Nếu anh mượn嘅話咧，
I know. Oh yeah, I know. I did it before.
你一定要經過 library 先至得。佢點解直接去㗎嘛？
但係你有啲時候會分一聽，要全部輸入先得。
咗我出嚟，咁可能啲 system 俾咗啦。
Okay, maybe we start now. So welcome to the this workshop on custom chatbot. So I guess all of you have used POE, right? Yeah, so we don't need to spend some time to talk about the login and so on, POE. So for this workshop, we would like to introduce how we can leverage custom chatbot in POE to be your personal assistant. Okay, so let me ask. We don't, so for teachers, we don't have TA, right, at APA. So if you have TA, what do you want the TA do for you? If you have TA.
Get my coffee.
Print the notes.
Print the notes, yes. And anything else? Usually, what does a TA do? So except for those buying things for you or print or doing photocopy, which cannot be done by chatbot. So what kind of tasks usually does it?
Do some research, maybe.
Do some research, and what else? Take attendance or so usually for like TA in college or university, maybe they are not really teachers, but they are maybe they're graduate student. They just fresh grad, and they may come to help and respond to some students' questions, some fundamental questions, or they offer recommendations to students on assignments, or even assist in grading assignments, but for the initial screening, because teacher assistants are not teachers after all. So we don't rely on them 100%, but they can just they can do some easier tasks. Okay, so if I say so chatbot nowadays can do these kind of things, and the education technology actually is moving toward this direction to leverage custom chatbot as AI chatbots at educational tutoring. So not to teach, but to assist in teaching and learning. And for some advantages of AI chatbot tutoring, they can provide, so just like you build a custom chatbot for you, and they can answer students' questions or give some course information and give some feedback or recommendation to students. Some of the advantages are like they can provide personalized learning experience. They don't need to, students don't need to come to raise questions in the class, that they have personalized learning experience, and also it can provide answer to students' question anytime, anywhere, especially students start their assignment at midnight. They can ask the chatbot about the course information, and the chatbot can support self-revision for students, also facilitates idea brainstorming for students, and also one thing that we don't often do for human is to gather data on students' queries and interests. Because when students talk to the chatbot, you can check what kind of questions students normally have, or even to some, especially for some shy students who don't want to ask questions to teachers, they may talk to the chatbots. Okay. But of course, chatbot is chatbot. So just like teaching assistants, they are not really teachers. So we don't rely on them 100%, but just do some initial screening or some very fundamental work. So today I'll cover the topics I'll cover will be include. I will show you some custom chatbot examples. I will show how to build a custom image bot, and also how to build a chatbot as a TA for one is a content-based course, including providing course information, offering guidance on revision, assisting with assignments for students, and providing feedback on assignments to teachers. And also after that, I'll also show you a chatbot for a language-based course, which will facilitate conversations to train language skills, especially persuasion and negotiation skills. Okay, so let's, okay. So when does this AI chatbot tutoring works best is, as you can imagine, it is ideal. When do you need a TA usually? Usually when the class size is large, that you cannot handle a lot of students' requests. And also, since you need time, you need to spend time to build a custom chatbot. So it works best if the course will be rerun, right? And it works best when classroom teaching is limited and self-study is required. So I will just go strictly to POE, okay? So actually, before we build a custom chatbot, you can, since building chatbot spends time, you can just check if there are some existing ones that will suit your needs. So you can go to Explore and just search for if the task you want to do is not that specific, you can just explore if there are some pre-existing ones. For instance, I just randomly search. Like I explore, you can see there are a lot of keywords there, and see if you are interested in them, or these topics are what you want to do. For instance, I can if I don't like those key terms, maybe I just search. Maybe I want to find a custom chatbot about philosophy. I just type philosophy, and then I see a lot of chatbot here that are built by somebody else. Okay, somebody built them already, and you can see a lot of information here. For instance, the description and the chatbot's name, and then you can see the users, number of users. Like here, I can see this one is 2,000K. That means it's quite popular, and 1.6K, and I see the description. Okay, maybe I try philosopher extractor. That may be I'm interested. So here you can also see some information. So this chatbot is built by this person. This user discern shadows, and you can see the monthly users, the number, and the number of followers, and chatbot info. And you can see, you can follow the bots, or you can share it to others. And then you can see here the information. This costs you 20 points per message, right? So what does that mean? For free account, if you use a free account, every day you have 3,000 points for free. Okay, so today I use some, so I have 2,000 something remaining. That means if it is 20 points per message, that is not that expensive. Okay. So I can ask question, and this person, this user has built this chatbot about philosophy and specialized in philosophy questions. So yeah. Or if I want to improve my English, I can just search if there are some existing ones. Maybe I just type English, and then I can see there are quite a lot of chatbot about it, like editor and or American English for practice, and I can see if it is popular or not, or translation, blah blah blah. Well, for instance, I'm quite interested in this one English editor. I go into it, and it's quite popular because there are a lot of followers, and it cost me 75 points per message. And it tells you about what kind of training data the builder used. So, and then it asks you to choose variant of English, choose American, and I can talk to the chatbot. So existing ones, or if I don't want to learn things, I just want to manage my social media. For me, social media posts, I search for those to see what I want to do. Okay? Okay, if I don't like these existing ones, I want to build one for me. So I can use the CreateBot function. CreateBot to build a custom chatbot for me. When you click on CreateBot, you can see there are five categories. Well, for the mostly used one is the prompt bot. That is the bot you just like those you just saw. And I also talk about image generation is to generate image. Video generation is it costs money, so I won't talk about it. Role play and server bots are more advanced. So now I'll start with an easier one, which is image generation. Let me start with the image generation. I want to build a chatbot just to generate image. So suppose I want my students to brainstorm some ideas, but not. Well, for example, I want my students to brainstorm some ideas about performing arts and technology. Brainstorm some ideas, technology for performance. But I don't want them to describe it to me. I want them to brainstorm it with images, with visual images. All right. So I built a chatbot for them to do this task. I built it. I start to build it. I added a picture. I put a picture, image, gen, the name for the chatbot. So I need to choose my chatbot. This one, the first one is okay and it's free. Okay, and then I describe what I want the chatbot to do. For instance, artistic and techie. I want every image the student do should be related to technology, let's say. Okay. Artistic and techie, futuristic, visually stunning. Okay. And the first message, hi, what? Okay. And the bio is the description shown on the screen. And you can make it public or not, and related bot recommendation. Okay, I just built it. Oh, the name is unavailable, sorry. Maybe image G1. Okay, so I have built the image chatbot. So this is a test chatbot. Hi, what do you want to generate? Okay, I just put piano performance. So every image I ask it to generate should be related to the description I typed. Okay, so if I want my students to do to brainstorm some ideas visually, I can use this way. Maybe one more. a ballet dance with, I don't know, waterfall on the stage. Like this one is, I mean, it's okay, and it just, sorry? Is it okay? So, well, it's not perfect, but still it generates something. So every output done by this chatbot should be related to the description. So you limit the criteria of the output. So at this point, are there questions about it? Maybe let's spend 3 minutes to do the explore and also the image chatbot. So do you need computer that Okay, so next one is really generate a chatbot, a text-based chatbot. So several years ago, I taught a course, and it was during COVID. It was about film music, East Asian film music. I taught it during COVID, and so I happened to have all the recordings of that course for every class. And I did an experiment recently. I turned all the recordings into text file, okay? And then I put the text file into my custom chatbot. And also I upload all the course outlines and marking rubrics and readings into the chatbot. So it's like this one, self-revision. And I can show you, basically I upload everything I have. The recordings of the course, course outline, I mean the reading. So that means my chatbot knows everything of my course. And then I put it in the chatbot. I want it to do something for me. Okay. So I can show you. And then I instruct the aim is to do self-revision and also give some recommendation of the assignment. So the initial prompt is like this. I'm teaching assistant of film music. Do you want to ask about, one is course content, and the second one is assignment. So let me see. So course content first. And then I asked it to, if you read one or course content, you just say, how can I help you, something like this. Okay, and talk about some introduction. Okay, I ask question. I just want to check, first of all, who is the instructor? I just want to check if the chatbot really reads the documents. I assign an assignment of a research proposal. Okay, it's me, yes, and that deadline is right. So it can really read the documents. Okay, then I ask something about film music. Okay, maybe I just, who is Joe Hisashi at 九石洋? Let me see. I mentioned this person in my course, and then it really answer the questions. Really answer the question based on the knowledge it has, and you can see there are also footnotes here, and I can click on the footnotes, and it will give me the sources. And it really comes from this class, and it summarized from several documents to answer this question. Okay, it's okay. I mean, yes, it's.
But it only draws from the
Yes.
files you gave it.
Yes.
It won't go out to
Okay.
get more reference for that musician.
let me see. What then? How about so? How is the music of Dune? Because I asked it to just refer to those documents, I gave it to him. So I didn't talk about the music of Dune because it's out of syllabus. And then I asked it to just say I don't know, and it does. And I think that's what I want, because I don't want to confuse the student, and I don't want it to give some inaccurate information. So this is what I want. So I asked the chatbot to do this. And so you may ask, so if there are footnotes and I can refer to the original documents, you may ask, so this is a large search engine, right? It's just like a search engine, but let me show you this. Maybe I clear context first. Okay, I asked a question. What makes good film music? I didn't really talk about it in class. I didn't really talk about what is good film music in class, but I did talk about what are the functions of film music. So it answers like good film music serves a certain function to become effective. And like, this is not really very good answer, but maybe I ask again. Sorry, it's not 100% okay. Normally it refers to the I did talk about the functions of film music. So it relates good film music to effective film music related to its function. What I want to say is it will the chatbot will digest the content of the documents instead of just give you the exact citation. So even you ask something that is not exactly the same thing in the document, it will, based on the content of the document, and give you a relevant answer. And then how about I ask the opposite? So it's just answer the questions in the opposite way, related to the functions of bad music. So it sees bad film music is an ineffective film music, which doesn't show the function of it. So what I want to say is it will digest those things, and it's just like ChatGPT. It will digest instead of giving you the quotation of it. And how about, so what for teacher? Sometimes, so what's the use of it? If so, for the student side, you can ask the students to do the self-revision for them. For teachers, what can it do if it has all the content? When I want to make a quiz, I can ask it to set some questions for me. Give me 5 possible essay questions from the course content. Discuss the different functions of film music, such as blah, blah, blah. Explain the concept of oral space in film and how it contributes to your overall cinematic experience. Analyze how film music can be used as characterization, okay. Evaluate pros and cons of making film music conscious elements in the viewing experience, okay. Explore the emotive power of music, so they are fine. I mean, they are valid, still they are valid.
Can the bot write the whole essay
I,
based on the course material?
can you give me the prompt?
I suppose one of write a possible essay based on the course content.
So maybe just I copy this.
So this will just be based on course content, right? Because it can't refer to the outside.
Should be based on the course content. It's not very good. I think
Just
maybe
repeating, yeah.
yeah, I think may need to adjust the prompts. I don't know. Yeah. So at least I can, yeah. Setting the questions is still okay. Okay. So I go to the assignment. Let me try the assignment. So I asked the assignment I gave is to write a research proposal. So a 1 to 2 page proposal of a film. Okay. And then so it will ask what do you have a specific topic in mind? Okay, I say martial arts movies. It will give you some recommendation, some advice, cultural martial arts and cultural identity, blah, blah, blah. Some areas is from the course itself. Do you have any specific topics in mind? Maybe can I work on the film? I choose one. House of the Flying Daggers, submit my for. Representation, martial arts, and cultural identity, blah, blah, blah. Analyze, you can analyze how the film's music score. Okay, this is right. This one is right. Draws on the classical Chinese music forms and instrumentation to enhance the aesthetic and cultural authenticity. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So basically, I instruct the chatbot to give some recommendations, some advice to the student according to the topic the student asks. And I do one more thing with the bot. I give a marking rubric. So the assignment is a research proposal, 1 to 2 page, and I design a rubric for the proposal. So it's very simple. It's very simple. Just 15 points. 15 points. 5 points is research question, whether it is clearly defined or focused. The second area is subject knowledge, whether the student show he or she knows about the subject knowledge. And the third one is the language, whether it's well structured or organized. All right, so I uploaded this rubric. Let me clear this. I just check. Okay, 5 marks per class is right. Yes, it knows. And then I try a student's work. Let me try this person. This is real. Well, I highlighted just for easier reading. Okay, so this student raise the red lanterns at 大紅燈籠高高掛, and she said she will focus on analyze the role music and sound played in the critique of the oppressive, destructive impact of patriarchal traditions of female autonomy. Okay, Zhang Yimou's film. And okay, the proposal will focus on the metaphorical functions of music, the use of Beijing opera, characterization and narration, the use of music in the structure of film, blah, blah, blah. And also there are some musical terms, a lantern light motif, the music of flutes, sound foot massage. Okay. She will identify the origin of the pieces of the Beijing opera used in the film and structure, okay. And she will also relate this resistive force of music to the common theme of the films of the fifth generation movement. Okay, let me see. And I upload this. So I asked it to do make some suggestion for me based on the rubric. Comment on this proposal and provide some suggestions to it. Let me see. Research question, the researcher is clearly defined, focused on analyzing the use of music and sound. Okay. Subject knowledge, strong understanding of subject matter, 3 key aspects of music and sound usage, metaphorical function, use of Beijing opera and music structure. Yes. Language, well structured and organized with the logical flow of ideas. Not bad. Suggestions. Consider including a clearer thesis statement, okay, ensure consistent, appropriate use of academic referencing style.
We can use this as a marking.
Clarifying on certain points, found footage, okay. Okay. Review the proposal of any grammatical, typographical errors. It's not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, try.
Can the bot give a grade?
I try, but sometimes it doesn't. 13.
Oh, it's very high.
It's because it's very hard. Because sometimes it's very hard to tell because everybody's standard is different. So, yeah.
I think it's hard to assure the consistency
Yeah.
across assignments. That's
Yes.
the most difficult.
Yes, because you know the chatbot, because it depends on your rubric. If it really match the rubric, if the chatbots see like wording that meets this criteria, it will automatically give a 5. So I would say it's better to ask for recommendations, suggestions, rather than to give a mark. Yeah. And okay, so shall we try to build the bot now?
Can the bot accept a book, like a
What?
PDF book?
Well, I would say PDF is less desirable. PDF, because sometimes it just cannot recognize.
That's fine. So a Word file.
Word will be better, much better.
The reason is if the students were asking a question that relates to a topic, there's no way in our lecture notes to have enough. So you might have an entire book of Greek mythology already in there, and they can answer questions, right? Otherwise they can't. So if we can accept 5 books or something like that, and we can easily find online copies of books.
I would say books are rather difficult because there are images, and sometimes the fonts are different. And then the chatbot will recognize. Well, when I check the source file, there are a lot of strange signs like plus or minus, and they are usually because of the images there.
Oh, in that case, let's keep it simple. Let's just say text. because it's very easy to find source text, like for Plato's The Republic or something like that. You can easily find one that has no image, no nothing. It's just a plain text copy. Does it accept that? Do you know? It will accept a full textbook.
I try, but they always give a very wrong answer because they cannot process the whole book every time. Yeah, I try to create a chatbot to help me make a book into an adaptation of a movie. And I ask it to read the whole book. It said, yes, I read, and I ask it to analyze for me. It gives me some point. But when I really work on that, it always gives me some information or content out of the book, which is a hallucination. Just make, because it cannot tell you I cannot, because I haven't make the prompt that, okay, if you cannot find it or you cannot find that, you just tell me. They just want to please you and give you answer. So always give me wrong answer.
Yeah. I wonder, because once you input a book, if certain questions require sort of thinking interpretation, it may be difficult. But if it's purely factual, I need to try. For example, you input a book and you simply say, how many times did these two characters talk to each other, for example? So that it's just a plain understanding of text. It doesn't require any interpretation or reasoning or whatever. I don't know. I mean, when that happens, whether it will be quite accurate. Because, it's like, I haven't input a book before, but in a chat box, you can say something like, how many times did Hong Zi mention Guan Zi?
Yeah,
And it will pull out all the
no,
pull out all the
the problem is not analyze a lot. The problem is it has a limit of the database.
Right.
Every time it can process how much. You can give it a simple book, like for example a child's storybook. It's good because I try to make this with not the book, input a few years of text paper, and then ask the chatbot to help me create another text paper. It's okay. But a book usually, because it's a certain volume, I found that the more information or the thicker the book you input, like let's say for example, like book with 800 pages, it has a lot of error.
But now I think there are some quick solutions, and for example, linked list would summarize a whole book with all just the key points into maybe 10 pages. So for student reference, that may be enough, because they're not going to read the entire damn Republic book anyway. So, if we have some simple summarized books as reference, it may work. As you just mentioned, big books, no, but 15 pages, maybe you'll understand that.
Yeah, but they have another function called server bot. Server bot is not limited. You can have a lot of data information.
Is that free?
No, you need to have your own server.
Oh,
That's
I
why
see.
now a lot
Okay.
of university they create their own AI server. Use their own data to input into they create a specific server for AI searching. So and they only input all the their own academy or own university's information into it. Then it also makes sure that the student will not find wrong information. Yeah, a lot of universities now doing that. Yeah.
So it understands both Chinese and English?
Uh,
The
the-
reference that you put in? Or English only for now?
It's okay. Chinese is
Chinese
okay
only.
because I can also ask it to, you read English but answer me in Chinese. Yeah, they have it's very easy job for them.
Yeah, thank you. So maybe I show one more bot before we really build the bots. This one is for language. So the aim of this bot is to train the language skill, especially the persuasion and negotiation skill. So I built this chatbot. I asked this chatbot to play two roles, and then they represent two different students, and they have conflicting ideas. So that I asked the user join the discussion to make some decision. So the situation is that they need to hold a performance of about performing for the celebration of 40th anniversary, and their lack of funding. They need to talk about. They need to come to the decision of how they need to find funding, the division of labor, and also what type of performance they want to hold. Okay, when they come up with the decision of these three things, the conversation will end. And I assign two students. One is John, one is Mary, and John has a laissez-faire personality. He is just a free rider. He doesn't want to do anything, and he's good at projection mapping and technology. And Mary is a hardworking student, and she's a dance, contemporary dance student. And they are both very mean students. And the user need to talk with them. And every time, the user needs to apply communication skill. If the user illustrates certain skills like applying empathy by repeating the other people's wording, being positive, have positive attitude, using polite sentence structure, polite sentences, or being constructive, or provide evidence in the suggestions, the two students will compromise a bit. So maybe I just try. Okay, so like this. So John and Mary is talking. Okay. Do you have? So they will talk. They will speak something. As big as challenge. We need to figure out how the funding and so John and Mary will respond to the user's response. So I assign the personalities. John and Mary are both very mean person, and you need to talk with them. You need to apply the communication skills so that you need to solve the problem of holding the finding fundings and holding the performance. And if I am so rude, and they will be also rude to me, and I need to give some constructive feedback, and I need to apply my persuasion skill. Okay. If I say something more constructive, they will show more. They will speak in a more friendly manner. And then I continue. The user need to continue to discuss with these two persons. And when the three conditions are met, that is to find the funding, to choose the right performance activity, and also to do the division of labor, the conversation will end and the task will end. So so in this task, in this chatbot, I assign. So I can show you. and I describe these situation to the chatbot, and you are user discussing multimedia dance performance, such idea, and then I talk to them. I instruct the chatbot that these two, the two roles he's playing are both mean and stubborn people. When the user meets these conditions, use polite sentence structure, show empathy by repeating John or Mary's wording, show a positive attitude, shows evidence to support his or her suggestion, John and Mary will compromise a little each time. If the user is impolite or saying something unconstructive, John and Mary will become impolite and hostile. So, and yeah, and this chatbot will be used to facilitate the conversation, to facilitate the group discussion with the students. There is no voice output for this chatbot, but if you use Chrome, the user can use a voice input. He or she should be able to use the voice input here. Yeah. Okay, so to create this chatbot, this kind of prompt chatbot, we can try this. You can click on the Create Bot, and it's in the Prompt Bot. Just like create that image bot, I just choose Prompt Bot, and I edit the picture, give a name. And then here, base bot, I use this Cloud Haiku because it's free. I just use this default. If maybe you're willing to pay a little money, you can use a better chatbot like GPT-4o. Okay, and then for this text box, you can type the description of your chatbot. Like, for instance, I'm building a new chatbot. You are the teaching assistant. Another course. I'm building another course. AI Foundation course. Provide assistance to the user. I can, state the role of the chatbot, and also maybe describe what kind of tone you want it to talk, informative manner. So something like this. Then I will, here I want to build a bot as a teaching assistant of the AI Foundation course. Okay.
How do you tell it not to refer to the outside?
Okay. If just in plain language, if you cannot find the answer from the files in the knowledge, just because it can read a natural language, so you just describe it.
Okay.
Yeah, say I don't know. And in the knowledge base, you can add knowledge source. Add knowledge source. You can upload the files of your course PowerPoint slides, course outlines, or just describe it. Just type. I upload a file, is a course outline of a course. And the greeting message, just hi there. I'm your learning assistant. How may I help you? And the bot file is the description showing on the on the list of the chatbots. Course information to the okay, and it's all set. Make publicly accessible. You can make it public, or you just reserve it to your students. And or even you can monetize it if you think your chatbot is really good. You can use it to make some money. And then I create it. Oh. And then I get my own custom chatbot, and I can share it to others, to my students.
How do you find it within your profile? I mean, in your account, how do you find the bots that you have made? Is it found somewhere in the sidebar?
Oh, it's all your bot here, your bot.
Oh, but these are all your own. Is it?
I
think these are just
the bots I visited. These are the bots I just visited. So this one I can find. Well, I think I can find it in your bots, and then these are bots I visited. Maybe I just search.
So you have to remember the name.
Yes. Yeah. So, any questions for that? For this custom chatbot? So, just as I mentioned, I was experimenting that. So if you have any better suggestion for building a chatbot, please let us know. We would like to learn more. Yeah. And so feel free to stay if you want to try to build a bot. And yeah. And here's the evaluation. Please help me to do this evaluation. So thanks for coming.